Hi, it's Rosemary Ellis, Editor-in-Chief of Good Housekeeping, and I'm here with Dr. Mehmet Oz on our cover shoot for our April issue. Dr. Oz, we have some questions from our Facebook users.
Well, I'm well fed. I've eaten all the props, so I'm ready to go.
All right, this one is from Alicia French Scarborough, who asks, I've lost 40 pounds. Good for you, Alicia. But even though I've added more exercise and revamped my diet, my weight loss has stopped. I just keep seesawing, up 3 pounds to 5 and then down again. What do I need to do to get off this plateau?
Alicia, it's a very common problem we run into. I'm so proud that you lost the 40 pounds, but the reality is for a lot of folks, you have a new fixed point now, a new place where your metabolism seems to have leveled off. And even though you're exercising, at a certain point, exercise will build you lean muscle, which is great for speeding your metabolism up. That'll keep you at that weight, but it won't help you lose more weight. So here's a little trick that I've learned. It's called carb cycling. You want to eat some carbohydrates every 2 or 3 days. It'll stimulate your metabolism as your body thinks, hey, you know what, you're getting carbohydrates, you get ready to exercise, and it'll keep that metabolism high, even on the next 2 or 3 days when you eat less of those carbohydrates. So again, one day with more carbs than usual, next day or two with a lot less carbohydrates, that'll cycle you up and down, but generally and gently you'll glide downwards.
I'm so happy to have an excuse to eat more carbohydrates, at least every third day.
Every third day.
Great, okay. Shirley Bainio asks, how can I buy nutritious foods on a very limited budget?
You ought to eat foods that are seasonal in nature. If they're coming out of the ground in this season that you're in the area near you, they're going to have nutrients that they require, and they'll be much more affordable. That stated, I do want folks to buy high quality food all year round, and if you really want to have organic strawberries in January, you can buy them frozen. When you buy it frozen, it's less expensive. It was usually packaged immediately after harvesting, which means they could harvest it later in the cycle. So it's got all the rich nutrients from the sun and the soil already absorbed into it. And it's less expensive for that reason. And because of the storage, you don't have the wastage. I think it is the best way to go. You can save a ton of money, eat superbly well, and maybe it'll cost you pennies more, not even dollars more, pennies more than you would normally have consumed buying out fresh food, rather at fast food locations.
Great. My weight is okay, but I have a poochy stomach. Any suggestions for flattening it? It never seems to go away.
Major reason we have poochy bellies is we go through menopause. And as when we go through menopause, they don't just stop making estrogen, they stop making testosterone. So if your testosterone levels are really, really low, some women can benefit from taking some extra as a cream form. One of the ways you'll know that your testosterone is low is if your libido is low. So think about that as an option. The other thing I recommend for women to do are simple exercises like plank exercises. The traditional crunches that we do for the belly don't work well because if you have muscles that have been split in your belly from being pregnant, it's called diastasis recti. Those vertical muscles literally split apart. When you do a sit-up, they crunch away from each other rather than together. So you want to do a pose like that's a classic plank pose where you're on your elbows.
From yoga, right?
From yoga.
The plank.
You lie on your stomach, head down, but you have to get up now, on your elbows. Hold your core strong, don't let your hips sag. Toes and elbows are the only place to touch the ground. And if you can keep that going for 2 minutes and do it several cycles of that, you can do it, and you can watch commercials, programming to your kids. You can always do those 2 minutes of planks. Great.
Dr. Oz, thank you so much for being with us here today and for answering all these questions.
I thank you, Rosemary, for all the great things that Good Housekeeping does, for being the imprimatur of quality. We seek to emulate what you do with your seal of approval.